Okay, so really quickly, oh my gosh, I can't believe how this is going. Practical wine, buying in a store, so many bottles. Where do you start? You ask people for help. You know what you like, what you don't like, that's great. But usually there's be little tags from like Wine Enthusiast or some respectable place that says a rating. Anything 90 or above is perfectly great, so just do that. Okay. Buying and trying wine in a vineyard, wonderful. Kendall Jackson, Harvest Moon, Russian River Valley, love them. Very pretty. If you get a chance to go to a winery, please go. Tastings are wonderful. They're very nominal, like $20, and if you buy a bottle, they usually waive the tasting fee. If you buy a case, which is 12 in the United States, it's 9 in Europe. Why, I don't know. But 12, they'll give you a 10% discount. And if it's a small winery, they really, really want you to buy wine because you can't get it where you're at. They don't ship it. Small wineries don't distribute all the way across the country. However, if they have a wine club, they will. Wine clubs are wonderful. They happen 3 or 4 times a year. You have a set price. You know what you're going to get. Wines or whites or reds or mixed. And you get a nice surprise in the mail every couple months. And it's terrific. So make sure you have a snack. They will bring you snacks. You don't want to get sloppy. It's a little embarrassing. And if you are at a winery and a little bus pulls up of women, a bachelorette party, just run. You don't want to be there for that. Okay, that is not, they're not there for the same reasons you are there for. Okay. Did you know tannins? We talked about tannins. It's the astringent part of the grape, natural preservative, it's the grip. It is a natural preservative. We need tannins in wine. Okay? Suede, velvet, all that. Okay, so different types of bottles, all kinds of bottles. Look at the colors, look at the necks. They're all different because people want their special bottle. All right, so special bottle. All right, Bordeaux has a short neck, very long form. And then we've got Champagne. It's a little thicker here. But what's this? What's that thing there? What's that thing there? It's called a punt. It's called a punt. And it's a really great thing to do because when you have a bottle of wine and it's full and you're pouring, we tend to pour from the neck, which is not the right way to do. You're going to spill all over. So what you do, you pour from here. Okay? Ladies, our hands are a little smaller, so make sure you get a good grip on it. All right? But you stick your finger in the pump. P-U-N-T. Like you punt the ball? Yeah, it's called a punt. Okay? Yeah. No. No. That is, I've heard that, but no.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Actually, we do have giveaways. So you got to, oh, yeah, right. So we do have giveaways. Okay, so that is the punt, and that is to hold the bottle. Especially champagne, they're really, really, really heavy. Champagne bottles have thicker glass because of the pressure. I want to get out. I want to party. Put a little steel cap on me. Okay, and then make my glass thicker because I just want to get out. All right. Mosel Rieslings are brown. Who knows? But basically, bottles have their own specialties. Okay, wine labels. This is German. Don't let it scare you. It's fine. Okay. One is the name of the vintner, Anselmans. Anselman is the name of the person who made the wine, the company. That person, that winery has been around since 1541. This was the closest winery to my house in Germany. I got a lot of wine education at Anselmans. They were wonderful people. Two, good? Yes. 2 is Riesling. It is the name of the grape. It is the varietal that's in the bottle. I'm buying a bottle of Riesling. 2, that's 2. 3 is the year it was bottled, 2011. 4, it's where it was put together. It's the AVA. Okay, they have their own AVA. 5 on the back, you can't see, but it's the alcohol. It's 11%, which is very light for wine. Wine's usually 13, 14%. 6, it is a style, cabinet, which is drier, Halbtrocken, which is half dry. It's not a sweet Riesling, it's half dry. And it is harvested on time. If it's a Spätlese, then it's more like an ice wine. It was picked later in the season. And then 7 is the geographic wine indication, and that's the town that it's in. So that's a wine label. It's nothing to be afraid of. Okay, the biggest thing is it's German, it's Riesling. Now we're going to look at a United States one. Stone Cottage Cellars, that's from Colorado, wonderful winery. 2, Gewürztraminer, that's the name of the grape that's in the bottle. 3, alcohol, 13%. 4, 2018, when it was bottled. And 5, it was estate bottled. It's actually on the side. If something says estate bottled, it might garner a higher price because the whole thing from start to finish happened right on that estate. When you go to California, there's so many vineyards that they might have a vineyard over here and over here and over here, and they're collecting Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Sauvignon, and they're bringing all the Cabernet Sauvignon to the vintner, and then they do their thing. That is not estate bottled. Okay? It has to happen on that estate. So it's a very special wine. It can come at a higher price. Did you know? Sulfites. People have been asking me about sulfites. Okay, sulfites, you need to have a sulfite, or your wine will be soup. It is basically essential for preservative. And people say, I can't have sulfites. Very, 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 very few people are allergic to sulfites. They are still out there. But sulfites, if you've ever had a can of soup, opened a box of cereal, any package, any jar, any container has sulfites. It is a preservative. We've had them our whole lives. So when people say, I can't drink sulfites, you probably can because you're eating cereal and having soup and doing everything else with sulfites. And wines have added sulfites to help the yeast eat all that. And basically less than 1% of the population has a bona fide allergy to sulfites. So if you feel like you do, get tested. Just get tested, okay? And there are no studies that link sulfites to headaches. So I'm sorry about that. But there are no scientific studies that have linked it. Storing your wine. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? That would be really nice. I had something kind of like that in Colorado because we had basements. Here in Florida, this is what I have. I have an IKEA Kallax bookshelf with wine shoved into it. But here's the thing. Basically, wine needs to be stored on its side. You got to keep the cork wet. You don't want oxygen to get in. It should be between 50 to 60 degrees. Keep it consistent temperature. It likes to sleep. Don't wake the baby, okay? It does not like light. Please keep it dark. A closet is perfect for wine, really perfect. So, so unless you have a dedicated wine cellar, Kallax is great. You can store 36 bottles in there, and it's less than $50. So there's your wine storage. Uncorking. You need 2 things. You need a foil cutter, okay? It makes a nice edge around the wine, so when you pour it, the wine doesn't drip back into the foil and then mess up your tablecloth, all right? You need a corkscrew. You screw it to that little piggy tail nub, to the last one. If you have problems opening wine, like I do, because I have a broken hand that has titanium pins in it from doing what? Wine tasting in Italy. Oh, dear. I broke my hand in Chianti. So I have this Rubbermaid. Hey, as long as you get the bottle open, you know, that is probably the best corkscrew I've had. And you've got the things with the wings and the this and the that and the rabbit and all kinds of crazy things. Just use whatever works for you. But everybody, if you have hand problems or arthritic fingers, the Rubbermaid one, it's pricey. It's like $40 on Amazon, but it's worth it. So, okay. Decanting. Why decant? It removes sediments. Older reds get to breathe. Oxygen, aromas, bright, not so ruddy whites. Da, da, da. Decanting will never hurt a wine. Leaving it out will never hurt it. And for entertaining, you want to get a nice, pretty thing from Home Goods, $20. Don't get expensive ones. You will chip the front. You will chip it. I've gone through 8, and I finally said, that's it. I'm not getting any more. It's not worth it. So I'm just getting a pitcher, a glass pitcher, to put my wine in. Is there a filter on that? And that is a filter, yeah. And you can use that too. And if you're doing just individual glasses, you can just put the filter on the glass and just pour it right into the glass. It's very nice. Yeah. Okay, glasses. They should be clear. I know you like your fancy wine glasses, say Mama's juice box and all that silly stuff, and the ones with the gems, and yes, it's very nice. Go to Walmart, get a dozen of Libby. They are the best, trust me. And get a red, get a white, and get a sparkler. Okay, those are the three you should have. That's it. So again, the red is a fuller bowl. Okay, hip, right? Fuller hip. And it's got a wider mouth because we want more oxygen to hit that surface area. We want a bigger surface area so the oxygen can hit it. Whites, not so much. Whites are fine. They don't need to be opened up too much. So whites have a little bit narrow. And of course, the sparklers have a very high level and a very small surface area, because why? We want to keep the bubbles, exactly. We don't want it to hit too much oxygen. We want to keep that effervescence going, which is why sparklers have a smaller surface area. Yes?
I don't know how to say this word, but I've seen it a lot recently.
Okay. A coupe? Yeah. Coupes. Ooh, so 50s. Yeah, no, they're coming back. It's a coupe is a beautiful, a movie, 50s. They're like this with a stem and like this, and it's like a little globe, but it's very shallow. They're hard to walk around at a party with because you schloss.
What about rosé?
Rosé, I would put in a white. I would put in a white. Yeah, but a coupe is very elegant. It's very fun. If you can go to a yard sale and find coupes, I mean, that's pretty fun. Yeah.
But a big-nosed man can't get his nose in that glass.
Well, you take the glass to the mouth. Yeah. Okay. So ordering in a restaurant. This is very important. If you walk away today with one thing, having learned something, this is super important. And I know we're running out of time. And you've been all so lovely. Thank you so much for being here with me. Ordering in a restaurant. I see this a lot, and it just makes me weep because it's so sad. And I want you to have the best experience when you're ordering wine in a restaurant. So when you go in, you tell them your price point. You ask for the wine Bible or the wine menu, and there should be prices on it. And if there aren't, you are in the wrong restaurant. No, seriously, you are in the wrong restaurant. There's something wrong because everything should have a price on it. You don't go to a car dealership and say, show me what you got. You got a price point. And this is why people are so intimidated by wine, because people make it hard for you, and it shouldn't be. You tell them your price point, and if there's a somm or a wine steward or somebody that looks like really important in a nice suit, they're the wine person. And you say, I want to spend around 50. And they're like, okay, what do you like? Next question, sweet or dry? You have to know that, okay? And then you ask them what they're recommending. And then if you really like Merlot, I'd like a nice Merlot. If you don't know what you want, you ask them what would they recommend. And that's their job. That is their job. Their job is not to upsell you. That is not their job. They would be fired. A true somm would be fired from their job. Okay? So you go in, you get all that taken care of, and then you order a glass if you're not sure. Okay? Because why order a bottle if you're not sure? You order a glass if you can. If you're ordering a bottle, the somm will bring it out like it is they will make a show. And that's fine. Let them. They have so little to live for. I mean, the somms, all they're doing is just pouring wine to other people, and they're like, damn, I could go to grab some wine. So just let them do their thing, okay? Now, if you're entertaining and you've got a group of people with you, if you're the one who asks for the wine and the wine list, and you're having the discussion with the somm, you are the host, okay? So they will bring it to the host. And they'll say, sir? And you look at it and you go, just like that. Okay? They're confirming that's what you ordered. It's very important. Make sure it's the right wine and it's the right year. Because otherwise, once it's open, okay. So what happens is, I don't have my screw with me. So they will put it down. They will have one utensil with them. It's usually in a back pocket or on a hip in a little leather holder. They'll whip out their corkscrew. They will take a knife. They will, with one, it's beautiful if it's done well. Oh, it's beautiful when they do it well. They swoop it around in one, peel it off. It's garbage. They put it in their pocket. They do not leave it on the table. It is garbage. Take the wine foil off. They put it in their pocket. Then they take the same tool, screw it. That's how it should sound. That's the scientific term. They will pull out the cork, and they will put it next to the bottle on a silver salver, little silver dish. Okay, everybody, repeat after me. I will not smell the cork. Thank you. Thank you. You never smell the cork. The reason why they do it is so the cork is out. The cork will have a design or a name on it that will match the bottle. It's your opportunity to check that what's inside has been bottled by the vintner. Because a lot of times, back in the day, they would get really beautiful bottles and put crap in them. And then they would just take any old cork and shove it in there, wrap it. I can wrap it home. I mean, it's just hot water. And then you wrap your cork. And then, and then they charge you $1,000 for a $10 bottle of grape juice. Okay? So the whole cork thing is for you to see that the cork is matching the vintner. Okay? And all you do is, you look at it. Thank you. That's all you do. That's all you do. You do not pick it up and put it anywhere near this. Now, wine can be corked, but it's 0.05% of the time. And a som can smell it, but you won't. Okay, so don't pretend. Don't do it. So they will put it out. They will then put a little white napkin on it. Pour it. Just a wee bit. You, the host, would pick it up, taste it, and it's probably fine. You will know it's not fine when you taste it. If it smells and tastes like skunk, it's not fine. Okay, it's called skunked. Okay, if it tastes,
process of twirling it.
you can oxygenate it.
Yeah,
Okay, yep, good, thank you. It can be light shocked, where it will taste like a cardboard box. Okay, and that's not good either. And if you think it has been those things, you will ask your som to try it. Say, I don't think this wine is okay. Could you try it? He will actually pick up the glass that you just drank from the other side, and taste it, and will declare it fine or not fine. Okay.
The wine can go bad.
Absolutely, yeah, wine can go bad because oxygen's gotten into it, or it's been sitting in a light, and the light's gone through the bottle. Yeah, all kinds of things. So then you declare it fine. You say thank you, and then it's so pretty. He takes the bottle and starts pouring it to the eldest lady at the table.
Dang, that hurts.
I know. I'm usually last right now, but I'm getting up there. So that is what you do. You go. It's by respect. You go to the eldest lady at the table, and she goes first. And then once all the women get their wine.
The eldest lady will take most of the time they think I'm the youngest.
Well, then, Mazel Tov. So then the men will get it, and then the last person to get it is the host. Now, if it's a good som, which I'm sure they are, they will be pouring out the appropriate number of ounces per glass. Because if there's 5 people at the table, you get 5 ounces. If there's 6 people at the table, you get 4 1/4. And they know where it is on the glass. Okay? Making sure that you get just as much as that first person did. Yeah. Yeah. So then, you all cheers. He leaves it on the table. Or if it's a white, he'll put it in a bucket, and he will fill it for you. They get very affronted if you pour your own wine. Let them do their job. Okay? Okay. So that is how you order at a restaurant. Okay. Okay, language. We're going to end with this, just because this makes me crazy. When you think about wine, you think of very highfalutin people. Michael's mom or Michael's sister who flies their wine in from France for Thanksgiving and makes everybody feel like moo, and then until you start drinking it. And so when people get all up in wine, it's like, just settle down, just settle down. So be careful when you use language to describe wine. You should not be doing stuff like this. Oh, this friendly, inky Syrah tastes of stewed boysenberries with hints of pencil lead upon a forest floor. Yeah, I'm going to go right out and buy a case of that. That sounds great. Okay, so be very specific when you talk about wine. Why do you like it? Well, this Sauterne is full-bodied. It's sweet. It's got some oak to it, which I really like. And it's got plenty of acidity. I really like that balance of acidity. You've got all that vocabulary now. You do. So just use it. Don't tell me about the forest floor. Unless you're licking the forest floor, I don't know what you're talking about because I've never licked a forest floor. And I don't plan on it. So here are some great resources. Wine a Tasting Course, Marnie Old. These are such friendly books. They're not coffee table books, but they're very informative. They got great pictures. I've used a lot of their pictures for my lectures. Wine Folly, wonderful online resource. Wine Enthusiast, of course, I write for Wine Enthusiast. Yeah! And L'Anes Divine, which is really, really nice.